Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? To another daily conversation. Today, I want to get into how being miserable is a choice. Being miserable is a choice. Now, you can be sad, you can feel a little down, you can feel weird, you can not have motivation, and you can just, in general, just be off, right? But being miserable is a choice. And the more I go about life, I'm only 19 years old, but the more I go about life, I see this more and more. How being miserable is a choice. How even though the times where I have been sad or have lacked motivation or have felt weird or have felt off, I still decided to be miserable instead of feeling the emotions and making the best moves possible in the moment. No, no, no. I decided to make worse moves, bad moves, to increase my sadness, to increase my lack of motivation, to increase my feeling, my negative feeling. I decided to make myself miserable. Right? Now let's take a look at, locking in, right? Which we have determined is just a phrase for live your life. However, a lot of us will think that the only way to lock in is to be miserable, when that is simply not the case. If you have to be miserable doing it, then that probably wasn't even you. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even you to begin with. It's about, it truly is about, man, growing is truly about being able to grow while decreasing the resistance that it takes for you to grow. That's why they even say do hard things in the first place, because you're trying to decrease the resistance of your tolerance towards hard, to where you are able to achieve harder tasks more easily and with less resistance, right? Same for the lock in. You know what I'm saying? If there's so much resistance, eventually you're going to give out because it's just not you. Now, you may say, oh, well, Kev, it's not going to be me regardless, right? Which is true, right? However, it depends on where your belief is, where your mindset is, and like where your spirit is in here. It's going to be a lot harder for you because I'm going on a run tomorrow, right? Tomorrow morning, first thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going on a run. And I know that it's going to be a lot harder for me to do my run if I were to just not prepare, sit down, lay in the bed, and just, okay, I got my run tomorrow. Versus if I were to drink my water the night before, have my electrolytes the night before, lay my clothes out, right? And then by the time I get up in the morning, my clothes are already there. I'm saying I got good sleep. I'm already hydrated. It's like, okay, this, for me to go on that run, it's a lot easier now. It's a lot less resistance now, you know? So find ways to where it decreases the resistance and makes it easier for you to do the right thing. You know, we don't have to be miserable doing this stuff. We don't have to torture ourselves getting better. Like when we say enjoy the process, when folks say enjoy the process, like legitimately you can actually enjoy the process, the good and the bad. But you have to have your your balance. You have to have an imbalance of the balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I talk about balance, I'm not speaking on a mediocre term. They're like, oh, you need balance. Like, no, no, no. I mean, like, balance in the sense of not over exhausting your spirit, yet still being able to continue to move forward. You know what I'm saying? Having that balance, man, is going to be very important to keep you in the game. Because a lot of us, we do overestimate ourselves. Especially when we got the motivation, like we will overestimate by a long run. Right? And there ain't nothing wrong with it. But a lot of the times we fail to meet where our expectations are. So it's that balance of having a high expectation yet also being content. You see how they kind of just play off of one another, so that you can go the furthest that you need to. You have the push to go the furthest that you need to, but you also have the stability to stay sane and not completely corrupt yourself when you're not able to meet it. You know? But yeah, it's pretty interesting how things go. But that was really all I wanted to speak on today. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys. See you guys in the next video. Peace.